Who was Michael Wittmann? Born on April 22, 1914, in Vogelfel, Bavaria. He joined the German army in 1934, transitioned to the Waffen-SS in 1936, and was eventually assigned to the elite Leibstandard SS Adolf Hitler unit. Rank: achieved the rank of Hauptsturmführer, captain, and was awarded the highly prestigious Knight's Cross with oak leaves and swords. Notable actions and reputation: gained legendary status during the Battle of Villers-Bocage on June 13, 1944, where commanding a single Tiger I tank, he reportedly destroyed 14 tanks, 15 infantry carriers, and 2 anti-tank guns in just 15 minutes. Official records credit him with destroying between 135 and 138 enemy tanks, making him one of the highest-scoring tank commanders in history. Awards honors: received the Knight's Cross of the Iron Cross with oak leaves and soared among the highest German military honors, primarily for his successes on the Eastern Front in early 1944. Death in action: killed on August 8, 1944 near Saint-Tignan-de-Cramesnil near during Operation Totalize. There's debate about which Allied unit, British or Canadian, landed the shot that destroyed his Tiger and caused it to explode. He was initially buried near the wreck, and in 1983 his crew's remains were reinterred at the Lockham German War Cemetery in Normandy. Legacy controversy: celebrated in German wartime propaganda as a tank gunner legend, part of a broader Waffen-SS cult of the hero. Some historians have since debated both the accuracy of his kill count and the moral implications of glorifying SS. His actions at Villers-Bocage and elsewhere remain a subject of military historical analysis and public fascination to this day. Summary table: Detailed description. Born/died April 22, 1914, August 8, 1944. Unit Waffen-SS, Leibstandarte SS Adolf Hitler. Tank kills 135 to 138 disputed. High honors: Knight's Cross with oak leaves and swords. Famous battle: Villers-Bocage, June 13, 1944. Death: Normandy in action against British Canadian forces. If you're researching his military tactics, controversies surrounding his record, or his role in SS propaganda, just let me know and I can dive deeper.
Who was Otto Carius? Born May 27, 1922, Zweibrücken, Germany. Died January 24, 2015, Hirschweiler-Petersheim, Germany. Rank: Lieutenant, Second Lieutenant. Unit: Heavy Tank Battalion 502 Schwer, Panzerteilung 502. Awards: Knight's Cross of the Iron Cross with oak leaves, among others. Why is Otto Carius famous? Carius is celebrated as one of the most successful German tank aces of World War II, credited with destroying over 150 enemy tanks. His skills as a Tiger tank commander were legendary, and he developed a reputation for tactical brilliance, courage, and leadership under fire. Career highlight: Eastern Front service. Fought primarily against the Soviet Red Army on the Eastern Front, known for defending key sectors against overwhelming odds. Heavy Tank Battalion 502. Commanded Tiger tanks, among the most formidable tank. Often faced Soviet T-34s, IS-2s, and anti-tank guns in tough conditions. Narva and Dunajburg battles, Latvia. In July 1944, Carius and a few Tiger tanks destroyed a Soviet breakthrough near Dunajburg, where he personally accounted for more than a dozen tanks in a single day. Famously described how he engaged and destroyed enemy armor at close range despite heavy Soviet resistance. Wounded and hospitalized. Severely wounded in 1944 when hit by a Soviet anti-tank rifle. While leading an infantry assault, he barely survived after emergency surgery. Later service. After recovering, he commanded a Jag Tiger unit in the 512th Heavy Tank Destroyer Battalion, but saw only limited action with the Jag Tiger before war's end. After the war, Otto Carius opened a pharmacy in Germany appropriately named Tiger Apotheke after his tank. Wrote his famous memoir Tigers in the Mud, a classic first-person account of Tiger tank operations on the Eastern Front. In post-war interviews and writings, he emphasized how terrible war was and warned against its glorification. Legacy. Respected by historians for his tactical skill and honest, unexaggerated recounting of events. Remembered as a humble veteran who, despite great success in battle, warned against repeating the mistakes of the past. If you like, I can summarize his memoir Tigers in the Mud, or break down some of his famous battles in more depth. Just let me know.
Kurt Nispel was a highly decorated German tank commander and ace during World War II, known for being the most successful tank ace of the war, based on confirmed tank kills. Key facts about Kurt Nispel. Full name: Kurt Nispel. Born September 20th, 1921 in Czechoslovakia, then part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Died April 28th, 1945 near Erbau, present-day Vrbavec, Czech Republic. Rank: Feldwebel Sergeant. Service: Wehrmacht, German Army Panzer Division. Unit: Heavy Panzer Battalion 503 Schwer, Panzerabteilung 503. Combat record: confirmed tank kills 168, possibly up to 195 total, including unconfirmed kills. He is recognized as the top tank ace of WWII, surpassing other famous tank commanders like Michael Wittmann and Otto Carius. Fought on the Eastern Front, including major battles such as Kursk, served in Tiger I and later Tiger II, King Tiger, tanks. Personality and reputation. Known for his modesty, independence, and reluctance to pursue decorations. Despite being a war hero, he was somewhat rebellious, often clashing with Nazi ideology and officers, which may have affected his promotion and recognition. He was respected by comrades and feared by enemies due to his battlefield skill. Death and legacy. Nispel was killed in action during the final days of the war while commanding a Tiger II. His remains were found in 2013 in a mass grave in Vrbavec, Czech Republic, and later reburied with honors. Posthumously, his story has become legendary in military history circles for his unmatched tank combat skill and individualism.
General Creighton W. Abrams Jr. 1914–1974 was a distinguished U.S. Army officer best known for his leadership as a tank commander during World War II and for later commanding U.S. forces in Vietnam. Race a deeper look into his role as a tank commander. World War II service. Abrams served in the 37th Tank Battalion 4th Armored Division, part of General George S. Patton's 3rd Army. He commanded the 37th Tank Battalion from 1942 onward, earning a reputation as one of America's best armored unit commanders. His unit spearheaded the breakout from Normandy after D-Day advance through France, and relieved the encircled 101st Airborne Division at Bastogne during the Battle of the Bulge. Abrams was noted for leading from the front, often riding in his own tank named Thunderbolt, of which there were several successive versions, Thunderbolt I-7, as tanks were damaged or replaced. He was known for aggressively exploiting breakthroughs and applying shock action. Textbook armored warfare. General Patton famously said of Abrams, "I'm supposed to be the best tank commander in the Army, but I have one peer, Abe Abrams." Leadership style. Abrams was a bold and decisive commander, with a personal bravery that inspired his crews. He emphasized initiative, rapid maneuver, and direct engagement. His leadership style was intensely personal, staying close to his men and earning their loyalty. Decorations and honors. 2 Distinguished Service Crosses, the second highest U.S. Valor Award. 2 Silver Stars, Legion of Merit, Distinguished Service Medal, French Croix de Guerre, among others. Post-World War II career. Abrams continued rising through the ranks, ultimately commanding all U.S. forces in Vietnam, 1968 to 1972, replacing General Westmoreland. In 1972, he became Army Chief of Staff until his death in 1974. The M1 Abrams main battle tank, introduced in the 1980s, was named in his honor to recognize his impact on armored warfare. If you'd like, I can dig even deeper into Abrams's tactics, specific battles, or his famous Thunderbolt tanks. Just let me know.
Dimmitri Lernenko was a Soviet tank commander and a hero of the Soviet Union during World War II. Dmitry Fyodorovich Lernenko. Born September 10, 1914, in Bystrashny, Kuban region, Russian Empire. Died December 18, 1941, near Volokholamsk, USSR, aged 27. Rank, Senior Lieutenant. Branch, Red Army, Armored Troops. Service years, 1934 to 1941. Why he is famous. Lernenko is considered the top Soviet tank ace of World War II in terms of tanks destroyed in the shortest time. Within just 2.5 months of fighting in 1941, he destroyed 52 German tanks, an extraordinary achievement. Military career highlights. Tanker training. Graduated from the Ulyanovsk Tank School in 1938. Initial service. Fought in the early days of Operation Barbarossa, Germany's invasion of the USSR in June 1941. Unit. Commanded a T-34 medium tank in the 4th Tank Brigade under the command of famed General Katakov. Bravery. Known for his bold tactics, quick decisions, and ability to strike enemy tanks without taking damage. Campaigns. Participated in battles near Moscow, particularly around Sensk and Volokholamsk. Death and recognition. Lernenko was killed by a mortar shell on December 18, 1941, after successfully taking out multiple German tanks during a battle near Gorky village. At the time of his death, he had only been in combat for about 2.5 months, making his 52 tank kills even more impressive. Posthumous honors. Awarded the Hero of the Soviet Union title posthumously in 1990 during the Gorbachev era, as it was delayed due to bureaucratic and wartime issues. Also received Order of Lenin, Order of the Red Banner. Legacy. Lernenko remains a symbol of courage and skill among Soviet tankers. Monuments and memorials have been erected in his honor in Russia. He is often studied in military academies for his battlefield tactics in armored warfare.